I remember at the onset of COVID, I was a superintendent at the time, and I'll distinctly remember, never forget until the day I die, standing in the hallway about 3 days after they had announced that schools would be closed for the spring. And I'm standing back there with our director of health for the community and a doctor and our county judge. And I'm sort of looking at the floor, figuring out what I'm going to say. And the good doctor asked me, "Are you ready?" And I paused for way too long and finally said, "No, but I'm still going out there." And I did. Not with solutions, but with a commitment to transparency and listening. And surprisingly, that was enough to shift the temperature, not just in the room, but in the entire community. You see, leadership is not always about having an answer. It's about showing up with clarity, steadiness, and purpose, especially when you don't. So welcome to episode 5 of the Superintendent Studio. I'm going to give you some practical tips as it relates to showing up in this very vulnerable space in a very vulnerable way. Number 1, say what you know and say what you don't know. You don't lose credibility by naming the unknown. What you do is you gain trust by drawing the edges of what's certain and what's uncertain. Giving people clarity helps. So you just say what you know and what you don't know. The second point I have, or second suggestion I have, is practice the art of calm is contagious. Your tone, your posture, your pacing, it becomes the model for the system. When you steady yourself, you steady others. Number 3, respond, don't react. Develop a response plan for anticipated pushback. Could come at board meetings, it could come under media scrutiny or parent complaints. Pre-draft possible responses and talking points. Keep it always grounded in your core values. Speaking of values, that takes me to number 4. Use values as your compass. When unsure what to do next, just return to your district's declared values or focus areas, or even your personal values. Let them guide your decision making, let them guide your communication. And then finally, own the impact even when you didn't cause it. Here's a great quote anyone can use. "I may not have created this problem, but I now share the responsibility for helping us move through it." Simple, straightforward, direct. That's what people need to hear. You see, your community doesn't need a superhero in their superintendent. What they need is a steady hand. When you don't have the map, be the compass. Thanks, everyone.